Hear the music.
I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. I'm just island boy. I'ma get killed white boy. You gonna get that gun. I'm just island boy. Island boy. I'm just island boy. Island boy. I'm just island boy. Island boy.
And it looks like we are live. Welcome back to the Mining Market Signal. My name is Seth, and you're watching Mind Your Biz. Also call this live stream the Mind Your Biz live show. This is the first time in a long time that we've gone more than 3 episodes in a week, rather on a cadence of more than 3 episodes in a week. Current market action, current market events, kind of, in my opinion, make this necessary. So much is happening, and I feel like I wouldn't be serving you to my best ability if I didn't publish this frequently. So without further ado, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, make it explode, hit the bell icon so you're notified when new media comes out. That's the way that you will stay on top of the latest trends, events, and gem hunter content that we're publishing here on this channel. All right, Fear and Greed Index. Currently a score of 77, up from yesterday's 75. This is bullish. This is definitely a good sign. Guys, thank you so much, by the way, for sharing the link while we're live. I mean, this makes a big difference when you click on all of the possible links that there are down below. The share, the like, the subscribe button, all of those actions help YouTube know that this is valuable content that may be helpful to somebody else, and it helps them to promote this channel and our live streams to new audience members who might need to learn from better sources. That's what drives this channel, is helping new people get onboarded and educated faster so they can make better decisions in the middle of a bull run and not get wrecked by the end of a bull run. So thank you for doing that. Fear and Greed Index score of 77 though, guys, and it's a trend upward. We saw that recent pop upward as we saw some explosive price action, and that preceded the pump towards $69,000. That's right. Bitcoin printed a new all-time high. Hey, and in the chat, we've got Kevin Hawthorne, Puchow, and T-Bone Gaming. Guys, thank you for being here. Ace at Cisco, thank you as well for your comments, guys. We'll put those live on screen in just a little while. The nice thing about this channel is that we're still not of the size where we have to rely on super chats only as some kind of a filtering mechanism. Go ahead and say what you feel. We'll have those on screen soon. Guys, Crypto Fear and Greed Index, we're still crawling sideways. We haven't really broken out into the range of performance that many people believe we could break into with Bitcoin. And you know, I'm not holding my breath, but at the same time, I think that Bitcoin is capable of some pretty great things this market cycle. Maybe not some of the hyperbolic stuff that people are saying by way of, you know, $300,000 Bitcoin or $400,000 Bitcoin, but never say never with Bitcoin. It has surprised us before, and it may continue to surprise us or just surprise us again all of a sudden. Hey, I'm seeing plenty of new concurrent viewers come in. Please do hit that like button if you're a first-time watcher, and if you're lurking, please do hit the subscribe button. If you're not, well, thank you for sharing this channel with other people who may need to see it. All right, guys, top of the news cycle. What's causing this extended greed in the markets? Well, we know these markets aren't rational. We know they're governed by emotion. So here's what's happening. Well, first off, Shiba Inu news. There's a 51% wallet, and this was the main clickbait title, right? Like, there is a Shiba Inu whale wallet that is definitely controlling some of the sentiment, at least in the meme token space. Shiba Inu controls a massive, healthy market cap, much more so than most other meme tokens, which is really saying something. We've never seen meme coins that have tens of billions of dollars of market cap ever before. This is a new phenomenon. But right now, 51% of the supply is in one wallet. I mean, it's not even like it's spread across multiple wallets like we saw before. It's literally just one wallet that controls 51% of the supply. It's kind of alarming for most people, kind of alarming to see that number there. Ravenboy Crypto wishes everyone in the chat a happy Veterans Day. So, guys, if you are in the United States, be aware this is a U.S. holiday. We're celebrating our veterans. We're celebrating those who've served. And, I'm right there with you, Ravenboy Crypto. I am so grateful to our veterans for having created such a wonderful place for me to live. Is the United States perfect? No, it's not. But in my opinion and in my experience, it's one of the best things going. I'm very happy to live here, and I'm very happy to live in an environment where veterans are honored and taken care of. I hope we can do better by our veterans in the future. Guys, Canada as well. I did not realize that we shared the same Veterans Day with Canada. T-Bone Gaming lets us know that Canada is also celebrating Veterans Day. So happy Veterans Day, and gratitude to our neighbors north of the United States of America. Hey, we share a continent. Hopefully we don't mess it up, right? Knock on wood. Hopefully we don't all mess it up together. But thank a veteran for most of what you enjoy. The good stuff, usually because of a veteran. The bad stuff, usually because of a politician that's trying to tell a veteran what to do. Just real talk, guys. Absolutely love our veterans. Man, getting choked up a little bit. There's a long story behind that. My dad was a comic book artist, and he won a Lifetime Achievement Award for his work in war comics, specifically depicting the lives of servicemen and women. And, by extension, that turns into the veteran status right after service is over. But it's never really over, right? It's never really over. That's like saying, that you stop being a parent when your kids leave the home. That's not true. We all know, right? That's just not true. That status kind of lives on with you, and it lives on after you, right? That what we do echoes into eternity. Right, in a very real way. Even just the light reflected from our bodies and reflected from what we experience is somewhere in the ethos. It's somewhere in the cosmos, rather, being projected outward from this planet. So it definitely continues to live on somewhere. And our veterans, I think, some of them have just exhibited the finest behavior. Oh man, you guys have got me you got me going. So yeah, thank you for the reminder there, Ravenboy Crypto. Whew. Back in the news cycle, it feels a little less important, right? By comparison, real life is always more precious than our attempts to describe it, and our veterans make that so clear, where they put their lives on the line for us. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now I feel like I'm kind of slumming it by talking about the news cycle, but here we go, guys. We got to talk about it. This is stuff that affects us. It's timely. So 51% of the supply of Shiba Inu held in one wallet. Apparently, over 72% of all of the supply is in only 10 wallets. Guys, Gundy Stuff and Things is in the chat. Rican Soldier Boy says, hooah! Ace at Cisco also in the chat saying, Happy Veterans Day. Thank you for all your service and giving us our freedoms. Yep, absolutely, guys. Absolutely. Our very first president of these United States was himself a veteran, I think, setting us on the right path. He had skin in the game, which is why I think he was one of the better politicians. He actually understood what he was doing when trying to create policy instead of just, ivory tower politics. Whew, gonna get political. It's just gonna happen, guys. It's just gonna happen today because that emotion is welling up in me. We do not give our veterans what they deserve. Full stop. We don't give them what they deserve. They give us everything. And sometimes we do not give them enough. And then we vote for policies that are completely backwards, that make it worse for them. Anyway, I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but yeah, we can do better. We can. And sometimes it's in our power to vote for better conditions. Sometimes it's in our power to vote against politicians who would put them in harm's way needlessly, sending them to foreign wars and to foreign occupations for no good reason. We can do better, guys. And actually, cryptocurrencies can help in a way. Don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but cryptocurrencies can help us vote with our dollars in a much more secure way. Much harder to try to use the monopoly of violence to force compliance with bad tax policy when people hold private keys. Just going to leave it at that, guys. So, yeah. The Deadwood also says, morning all, Semper Fi. Guys, it's great to see the calls in the chat. We don't have any Navy guys. We don't have any Navy guys, and we don't have any Air Force in the chat. We've always got grunts, and we've always got that. We've always got Marines. So it's Anyway, you love to see it. You love to see it. It's the real ones, guys. I'm not saying anything against our friends in the Navy and the Air Force. Just saying, we know who gets the dirty work done. But 51% of the total supply of Shiba Inu is held by one wallet. One wallet, guys. So how is this secure? How does this affect holders of Shiba Inu? Well, it's a meme token first off, so most people are not overly concerned with the extended tokenomics, but there are some fundamentals that can cause concern, right? If there's only one whale wallet and they genuinely hold and control 51% of all the coin supply, well, they could dump it at any time. So the question is this Shiba Inu whale? Are they a bull or are they a bear? Are they a safe person to have all these coins, or are they kind of dangerous? Are they kind of a liability to people who want to participate in meme token ownership, right? We don't always review meme tokens on this channel, but this is the phase of market cycle that we're in. We have to talk about them. They are a real influence. It's kind of like how, you teach your kids to never drink and drive, but eventually they're going to share the road with a drunk driver. It's just going to happen, unfortunately. Even in places where with really, really strict laws, like say Germany, right, where it's a zero tolerance policy, right? Like when people who are caught behind the wheel, within above the legal limit blood alcohol level, like their license is revoked, like very, very tough laws there when it comes to drunk driving. It still happens, right? It still happens. So the best we can do is drive defensively on the road, and in crypto, we can make defensive moves here because of what's happening with the rest of the market cap. Roundabout way of saying, guys, we need to be aware of this. Even though we think it doesn't affect us, it affects us. It absolutely affects us when there's a different coin that has something like this going on. So 51% of the supply held by one wallet for Shiba Inu. But here's the thing. It's a burn wallet. It's actually not a wallet that is controlled as far as we can tell. So we can track things over to that wallet. But here's where, I got there's actually a little bit of tinfoil lining inside this hat. Y'all don't know that. I'm not going to show you because I don't want to make it weird, but there's actually a little bit of tinfoil lining in this hat because we always got that conspiracy thing going on, right? We cannot look at this just, at face value. There's always the potential for this being labeled a burn wallet, but if it's not the black hole, the Ethereum black hole wallet of 0x and then zeros to the end of the allowable string, that's the black hole wallet that most projects have honored as like the ultimate burn address. Well, if it's not that wallet that they're sending these coins to, then there's always the potential that this wallet could gain access, or somebody could gain access to the private key of this wallet address, and that it's not really a true burn wallet, but that it's kind of more of a rainy day wallet, we'll say, where it could be a developer, it could be some other person who's associated with the project, it could be somebody who is tangentially, maybe distantly associated with the project, who's waiting in the wings for something maybe totally necessary. And I don't know what they would view as necessary, but they may be waiting for some sort of market conditions that would require them to intervene and make some kind of a transfer out of there, or to dump or to genuinely burn coins to a different address. But 51% of the supply going to a sort of burn wallet, that doesn't sit well with me. Guys, conspiracy theorists, you can agree with me, right? This isn't too far-fetched. If it's not the black hole wallet of Ethereum that we all know has no access because so many other projects have burned to it, if it's not that burn address, then it's not really a burn address, right? I mean, we could agree that that's plausible, right? This could be possible, at least. Guys, we got chat out of control today. Oh, and you know what? I didn't update it. Let me go ahead and update our chat as we go through some of our sources here, guys. And check this out. This is so cool. So I hand rolled this chat, this little chat applet. So chat should load up in no time. Alrighty. Isn't that cool? You see that live? Isn't that fun? I'll have to share that at some point. It's something that I hand rolled for OBS. Did my own custom front end customizations so that it has that slight transparency and it's got just the right font and it's it's great for black backgrounds and stuff. We're gonna have to share that at some other time, guys. I mean, there's so much fun stuff we could do on this channel, but I know we got to stick to crypto for now. But anyway, Anyway, guys, love that the chat is out of control. I mean, this is what I live for, guys. This media is for you. But yeah, I have some concerns about this being potentially just a rainy day fund, not really a burn wallet. And here we go. So Shiba Inu is coming close to 1 million holders, and that's kind of bad news for Dogecoin, right? Except for the fact that the fees on Ethereum are pretty much unsustainable, right? Like, you can't hold $100 worth of Shiba Inu at current prices and even afford to move them, let alone like do transactions with them. You can't even move them from one wallet to another. You can move them on exchange, paper trades, but you can't really move them in a decentralized fashion without having to pay network fees that are greater than the amount that you hold right now. And we know that Ethereum fees have ranged anywhere from $50 to $200 US. So having that same amount in Shiba Inu is kind of a pointless buy and hold strategy, because you're never going to be able to realize gains before prices go back down. And as prices start to go back down in some of these altcoins and meme coins, you're going to have the problem of gas fees being so high that you can't get rid of your coins before they're valueless, right? Before they lose all their value. It's a terrible situation that holders have been placed into. And I mean, I'm just going to say for the record, guys, me talking about Shiba Inu is not some kind of an endorsement. Do I have to red screen you? Yeah, I think I do. This is not financial advice. But if you're holding Shiba Inu, GTFO. But not financial. Oh my gosh. I can't believe I just said that. But the point is, like, I'm not holding any. Like, I'm not going to let my kids hold any. I'm not going to let my friends hold any. If I can try to ward them away from it, I just don't believe in the fundamentals. And seeing that it's grown to this level, it's kind of grown too big for its britches, I think. 1 million hodlers, what I see is 800,000 dupes. I see maybe 200,000 people, maybe, among all those wallet addresses that had some idea of what they were doing, that understood that it was a meme coin, that know that there's an inevitable market correction at some point in the future, that bought in at a reasonable price, and that are maybe not going to get wrecked. And maybe it's even less than that. Maybe it's 100,000 wallets. Maybe it's 15,000 wallets. Maybe it could be even lower than that. But it's some kind of a Pareto distribution, right? Where the majority of this group is, they're in for a reckoning, right? It's not going to be good. It's going to be very, very sad. The cries will be heard from the deepest reaches of outer space when this thing finally dumps. It's just going to be so incredibly bad. But apparently it started to spike sometime in October as people started to get word that Shiba Inu was the new hotness. But, you know, way over here, when we were somewhere around 700,000 hodlers, 700,000 wallets, I think maybe even at that point, there were maybe some people who understood the pumpamentals of meme coins. And now it's just basically growing out of control. I do not have much hope for the majority, the vast majority of these million addresses that hold Shiba Inu. Guys, some of the other news that affects the markets today, and I'm going to keep on doing this because it keeps on working. As a reminder, those of you who are lurking, because I'm looking at that live viewer count, and there has to be some people who are lurking. Hit that subscribe button, smash the bell icon so that you know when new media comes out, and you can share this. That's, you know, that helps out YouTube. It helps out this channel. It helps out the community. Also, if you're in the chat and people have questions, just ask them. As you saw, they're put on screen. And if you have an answer, just try to answer. That's what community means, guys. It means we lift each other up and we are there for the real ones. Speaking of which, we got Crypto Mikkel in the chat. The realest of the real ones. Great to see team members from the DCA Adventure Squad in the chat. These guys are awesome live streamers. They talk about anything and everything. Love to see them here. Guys, GPU mining, you've heard me say it recently, GPU mining channels, they understand crypto from a fundamental level, maybe better than anybody else. Let me validate that. How was Bitcoin first mined? Well, on CPUs. Who first exploited it to get more performance? GPU miners, right? I mean, it tracks, doesn't it? I think it does. Anyway, Indonesia's Islam Council bans Muslims from trading Bitcoin and deems crypto as haram. What? Is crypto haram? I'm going to ask anybody in the chat right now who has enough exposure to Muslim culture, right? To Islamic culture. Does this track with you? Do you know anybody who lives in an Islamic state or in an Islamic country who is active Muslim, not just ethnically Muslim, but who is active, chosen the Muslim lifestyle, right? It didn't just choose them, but who's chosen the Muslim lifestyle, who is saying, like, really realistically saying, oh yeah, no, crypto is definitely haram. It's definitely bad and should be prohibited. And no, according to Sharia law, no, crypto and Bitcoin, no, can't do that. Really? That seem right to you? Because I don't think that tracks. There are plenty of Muslims in the UAE who are trading cryptocurrencies, and they're doing so quite well. They're doing so quite profitably. So as well as a fund. Most recently, there was a crypto fund that reached out to me to take a closer look at their fund. It's specifically a crypto fund that was made for Muslim folk by Muslim folk. So how is Indonesia saying this? Guys, without talking about geopolitics or religion at all, I'm just going to ask, like, as far as the lifestyle goes, is there anybody who can help this make sense to me? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing plenty of people throughout the Islamic world who are enjoying healthy profits and who understand fundamentally cryptocurrencies and who understand Bitcoin and wouldn't dare say this because they're not being, childish about what Bitcoin is and what Bitcoin does and what crypto is and what crypto does. They're being very realistic about what it can do and very realistic about what it can't do. So, yeah. Anyway, tell me in the chat. I'm already getting some answers coming through. Got the Deadwood saying, no, Sharia law does not allow any other beliefs than theirs. Okay. And Painkiller says, oh yeah, Shisha. Yep. So Shisha and the Shisha launchpad, guys, if crypto were haram, then launchpads like Shisha would not exist. They wouldn't. You got Core Investor Group out of Dubai, and it doesn't track. It doesn't track at all, right? There are plenty of crypto investors in Dubai. What is so different about Indonesia? Why are they feeling so so much against crypto and Bitcoin? Well, Ravenboy Crypto says, I think it is halal. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Don't support rats is asking questions, says sorry off topic. Hey, it's all right, man. You can say what you think, say what you feel. It's all right. So we're going to scroll down and kind of see what the rationale is. Very, very briefly, they go as far as to say they don't want them to be engaged in crypto related transactions at all, terming it as haram, saying that they have certain specific problems, terming them as uncertain, wagering, and harmful. They actually think that investing in a store of hard value, right? A hard currency like Bitcoin is wagering, that it's uncertain. Guys, I'm going to say something that is clearly not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but it seems pretty obvious from the markets that Bitcoin has been fully de-risked. It's volatile, but it's not wagering and it's not speculative. It's been de-risked for years now, right? It proved itself in 2017. We had institutions interested in it in 2017. We have more institutions interested in it now than ever before, right? Banking institutions. You realize that JP Morgan Chase has more hiring job requisition numbers for Bitcoin and blockchain specialists than any other bank in the world. I think it's pretty safe to say that most global banking institutions totally disagree with Indonesia's stance on this. I mean, the largest banks in the world are going to have to do business with Islamic countries. They're going to have to do business with Muslim customers. So how can they get this so wrong? Because I think that they've got it wrong. Anyway, they go on to describe the specifics of it by saying that it can negate interest, which is not totally true. Right? They call it riba. That it's a speculative asset, mesir. It doesn't embrace profit loss sharing, which is also not true. I mean, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin for everybody who holds one. So you're pretty much in the same boat as anybody else. Deadwood's heading off to work. Thanks for being here with us, buddy. And then assets that have excessive risk, garar, creating a bad case for crypto. I just cannot disagree in stronger terms, guys. I think it's definitely a bit of an issue, especially when they claim that it's not a ban, but it's a religious declaration. Well, guys, what about how the rest of the Muslim world feels about this? What about how the rest of the Muslim world defines this? Because if Bitcoin is permissionless money for the world, then it's permissionless money for everybody in the world. In the same way that like Monero is digital cash, right? It's digital private cash. If I send a Monero transaction to somebody who happens to go and commit a crime and they happen to use Monero in their life, does that make me a criminal because I've used Monero? No, they're a criminal because they broke the law, not because they have Monero or use Monero. Son of a Tech is in the chat. Thank you for gracing us with your presence this morning, guys. We got so many great crypto creators in the GPU mining space here with us live. Definitely appreciate you guys being here. Fun to have the whole gang here around the fireside, as it were. We got a lot of great morning streams coming out of this bull run as well, guys. I've started to go live more frequently just because there's way too many bits of news that just have to be addressed. We can't leave this stuff alone. It matters, guys. It really does. It matters. We can't miss. Can't afford to miss. The opportunity cost is too high today, guys. But I don't know that I believe this. Then again, you know what? I'm not Muslim, and I'm not, let alone, right, like some kind of Orthodox, more Orthodox follower of Islam. So maybe I'm not in a position to contradict what's going on here, but it seems like the rest of the Islamic world disagrees with Indonesia. But you guys tell me in the chat, what do you think? Huobi. Here's what I think should happen to businesses that are in Indonesia. I think they should do like Huobi, Binance, FTX, and BitMEX. They should just move. You don't like the laws? Just pick up and go. There's so many other places in the world that want your business. There are so many other places in the world that are starting to see the light and starting to understand that the sooner they embrace cryptocurrency and common sense regulation, the better their economies will do. And we're even seeing that here in the United States when it comes to mining, right? So mining specific interests, as well as DAOs, as well as other crypto specific businesses. You've got states like Wyoming that are making a bid to be one of the most crypto friendly states here in the lower 48, at least. Hawaii is a lost cause. Alaska just may not have enough capital to be able to become a crypto haven. You know, we'll leave alone the climate, right? It's a little bit strange. That said, who knows? Maybe it kind of matches crypto. Maybe it matches some of the crypto cycles, the winter equinox and some of the changing of the seasons out in Alaska. So, guys, there's definitely an issue with different territories of the world offering incentives, and then others starting to try to clamp down. You got China and Indonesia, both, for whatever reasons, saying, we don't want to be a part of this. We're going to get rid of mining, or now we're going to label cryptocurrency investing in general as some kind of a dangerous and unreligious activity. And then you got other areas of the world that are welcoming it with open arms, being very using common sense, and then just telling the world, please come set up shop here, because it's hard enough with big tech causing brain drain and other big industries causing brain drain to our countries. It's hard enough with those influences to keep some of our best and brightest here, in our borders. So we don't want to lose people to better crypto regulations somewhere else. I think that's just smarter. I mean, like we had the tech race, we had the industry race of the 1980s, where if you were alive then, you remember, we all thought that the world was going to be owned by Japan specifically. We didn't see Korea off in the wings, getting ready to like kick butt with Daewoo and Kia, and much later Kia and all these other brands that kind of revolutionized the auto industry, let alone some of the tech brands like Samsung that came out of Korea. We didn't see those coming yet in the 1980s, but we definitely saw that it was possible for the United States and the rest of the Western world to potentially become beholden to different market leaders in different market sectors. And I think we're seeing that right now with cryptocurrency. So if you don't like the regulation, get up and move. That's my feeling on the matter. Huobi's doing that right now, but here are some of the territories that make sense for large businesses like exchanges. Clearly, BitMEX moved to Seychelles. Binance went to Malta. FTX went to the Bahamas. And then Huobi apparently is moving to Gibraltar. Of all places, Gibraltar. I'm a little bit confused by that. I'm sure that the crypto regulation there is nice, but it seems like Gibraltar has some other political issues that are a little less nice. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's lovely this time of year. Don't get me wrong. But isn't it a disputed territory? Correct me if I'm wrong with my geopolitics here, guys. But I think that Gibraltar is actually still a contentious state, like a quasi-stateless state that's under some contention. Isn't it? Am I off here? I thought that Gibraltar had some problems. But whatever. Apparently, it's a tax haven. Apparently, the conditions there are better. But yeah, but they're moving is the bottom line. And I think that's smart. They're definitely getting out of a bad situation, going to what they think is a better situation, just to make sure they can continue to operate. And you love to see it, right? We've got the Huobi Echo chain that people are relying on in a more decentralized fashion. And clearly, we see that it's growing in popularity. We'll take a look at DeFi Llama and Heco's market dominance in the DeFi scene in just a minute here. So this is probably bullish for Huobi in general. And we'll see just how bullish over the next few days and weeks. But I think we're going to see this play out in adoption of the Huobi Echo chain. Probably. We'll see. Guys, your chats are on screen. Do be on your best behavior. Do be supportive and ask and answer good questions. Guys, we've also got a couple more items from today's news cycle. This was an important one for me. So this is by Varuni over on AMB Crypto, talking about why Ethereum decoupling from Bitcoin might have to wait. They've got a little bit of an issue with the current correlation. They're showing that it's still very highly correlated and that they believe that there will be a future correlation all the way through the third, beyond the third halving into 2022, that we're just going to show some of these same plot charts right here, some of the same frequency of up and down, that it's not going to be a sawtooth pattern up and to the right, but that it's just going to crawl sideways. And we're going to continue to see Ethereum stay correlated to Bitcoin. Bruh, there's this thing called ETH 2.0. You may have heard of it. It's imminent. It's probably going to happen sometime in Q2 of 2022. Q1, we keep hearing about. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a skeptic, but I'm not seeing that happen in Q1. That said, adoption of ETH 2.0 and a reduction in the actual fees to operate ETH 2.0, I'm not sure, guys. I think that we're seeing enough of the alternative scaling solutions, both in the form of genuine layer 2s as well as in the form of just side chains that people are using. And some of Ethereum's decreasing DeFi market dominance is proof of that. So I don't know, maybe he is onto something. Maybe it will continue to range sideways. Maybe Ethereum will stay correlated to Bitcoin for a little longer than some of us, the sort of true believers of Ethereum and the GPU mining coins. Maybe it'll stay correlated for longer than we think. You tell me in the chat, guys, what do you think about that? For my part, at first I was skeptical, thinking, well, ETH 2.0, but then I started to think DeFi is not showing any signs of slowing down a broad adoption of a multi-chain DeFi ecosystem. So I think this is plausible. We might see this play out exactly as he lays out here. More news, guys. Presearch apparently has integrated OpenSea NFT search as a feature. Bruh, I need an air horn sound because this is amazing. Being able to search NFTs on any search engine, right? Any of them. And then being able to plug that search engine in as the default on any browser is huge. We've needed this, right? You can do Wikipedia search or add Wikipedia search to any modern browser. And it's not that hard, right? All you have to do is prepend your search field or add a custom search. Or in the case of Presearch, I think it's even adding a plugin and then it does all of that for you within the settings of your browser. The point is for them to now add OpenSea as an NFT search feature built into their main search libraries. It's amazing. It's huge. We're seeing so much interest in the NFT space. Just this last week alone, a few additional musicians and artists and filmmakers have jumped on board with the NFT movement. Now, do I think it is perfect? Do I think NFTs are a flawless way to be able to distribute media, to be able to assure copyright, to be able to assure monetization and royalties of media? No, it's not perfect. But man, copyright is broken. Copyright's already been broken for decades. How in the world is Mickey Mouse still owned by Disney? Right? Have you ever stopped to think about that? That guy, that character probably should have fallen to the public domain decades ago, right? How is Mickey Mouse still owned by Disney? Copyright is broken. That's how. Copyright is totally broken. It's a completely broken and corrupt system. NFTs are a step in the right direction, so I'm happy to see their adoption. I think that they are absolutely necessary for the arts and, well, for the sciences too, frankly, for code, for anything written. I think it's important for us to find different distribution models, and Creative Commons licensing really did bring us a lot of the way forward. So a huge acknowledgement to some of the pioneers of that field, like Lawrence Lessig. I believe UCLA is where he taught law for many, many years and was instrumental in setting up the Creative Commons structure that we're so used to now. Like we're used to being able to look up Creative Commons licensing. But I think that NFTs and digital distribution with rights attached to private key ownership, I think it's a big step forward, regardless of the chain that it's on. I think that that doesn't matter nearly as much. But I do think that the model, right, of being able to say that rights are attached with this private key until it's transferred to somewhere else, or until, you know, according to Creative Commons, that it's distributed across a different usage model. I think we can come up with something that's a hybrid, and I'm really looking forward to it. So any kind of news like this, right, where it's like, okay, you can search NFTs easier. This is going to be, I think, a little bit like how Google Scholar or whatever else, you can look up various patent searches, right, within a couple of other custom search engines. And I think that's going to be important for us in the future, is to be able to associate NFTs with intellectual property. So IP law, copyright law, patents, all of it. I think this is going to be so important. And I realize it's kind of a boomer take, whatever. I know. Do I own any Bored Apes? Bored Ape Yacht Club? Nope. Yeah, no. And I'm having some fun staying poor, whatever. Make fun of me. Like, I'm looking for practical uses for cryptocurrencies. And we were talking about stuff like this years ago, weren't we? Where it's like, oh, imagine if supply chain used crypto. Oh, imagine if there were like titles and records, right? Like land titles and records associated with cryptocurrencies. What if we could kind of, get rid of real estate fraud, right? People like moving that corner edge of their property over by like 18 inches to piss off their neighbor or whatever. Guys, there are real world problems that we can solve with crypto and with blockchain technology. Not every problem, right? Not every problem, but there are some that we can solve. Yeah, just throwing it out there, guys. We can probably do better. We can probably be better in this space. And it's great to see there are some solutions being offered here. Guys, we got GMG Vault in the chat. We got Joe Cosio, Kai Oni. Hey, Kai Oni. Thanks for joining us today. Bitcoin Jake, the OG, has hashtag Rare Pepes in the chat. Heck yeah, man. Imagine if hashtag Rare Pepes, if Rare Pepes actually held value. Be amazing, right? Tech Shinji, what you doing here, bro? Being awesome, obviously. And then Painkilla says, yeah, like 40 years ago. I'm sorry, I'm out of context here. I lost the flow. Lost the flow. Time to get back into the flow, guys. All right. So pre-search. Let me ask you guys, do you want to see me do any kind of a deep dive on pre-search? It's been on my radar for quite some time, but I have not done any media. I know some people who are a little more closely aligned with their leadership. I don't know. Do you guys want to see me do anything more of a deeper dive? Because this has piqued my interest. I would love to see more about this. And, oh, nice. Bitcoin Jake says, smash the MF like button, Crypto Fam. And Son of a Tech says, more likes. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. Yeah, and if you are lurking, why are you lurking? Subscribing is free. Hitting the like button is free. Why so lurking? Why so much lurks? You can do better. We can be better, guys. Let's be that change we want to see. All right, so that's our pre-search news cycle. Let's take a look at our chart. Sight unseen, guys. What do we got here? You can see, I'm literally on the trial version right here. Looks like MACD has remained bullish. It flipped bullish, but we're already back on a downward trend. We could see a convergence again. So, and a convergence leading into bearishness in the MACD. Our chopsticks, alas, they failed us. We did not achieve a snap up point here at the 70K target. Boo-hoo. It's almost as though I'm not a technical analyst. Wow. Imagine that. But guys, our chopsticks weren't a bad ascending triangle, though. They did kind of give us some sense for where things were going. But we had that pullback after we wicked all the way up to $69,000. However, guys, you remember I told you. I done told you. Uncle Seth told you guys that if we even came close to $69,420 Bitcoin, that Mario and Luigi would break everything. They'd just jump underground. They'd grab all the pipes. They'd mash them up. They'd bust out a monkey wrench and boom, break everything. And they did. It was literally Mario and Luigi. You can thank them or blame them, send them hate mail, write a very stern letter to the producer of their show on YouTube. But yeah, I'm blaming Mario and Luigi, guys. We will get an opportunity to retest those new all-time highs surely sooner than later. But as for right now, we've got that pullback. Not a bad, looks like it's not a bad opportunity to buy. We're already on the way back up. Got that little hatchet right there. So maybe a reversal. We might be going back into bullish mode soon, because this looks like it's a teeny tiny, right? Teeny tiny convergence back into bearishness, and then maybe the MACD will indicate that we're back into bullishness before long. Because these are the only indicators that I use, right? I'm not fancy with it. Don't pretend to be. So yeah, chopsticks, they will not be getting adjusted today. We need more information here before we can draw new lines there. Our lower bound chopstick, and now that I'm saying it out loud, our lower bound chopstick, we can go ahead and redefine right here based on the lower edge of our candlestick, not our wick. So we can kind of maybe do something a little bit optimistic here and hope for an upward channel, if not an ascending triangle, but kind of an upward channel here. And, cross your fingers, dudes and dudettes. Maybe we see something that is a little bit more exciting from Bitcoin over the next several days. If that trend does hold, that lower line right there, it looks like, what's that, 17th of November, 18th of November? Who knows? If we can move up this channel, then maybe it's a Thanksgiving miracle. Maybe we need to go a lot more slowly. Maybe it's a Thanksgiving miracle that we see $70,000 Bitcoin. We break through that all-time high, and we finally, for once in our lives, see $69,420 Bitcoin. Just for the memes, just for the lulz, guys. I mean, seriously, if we see that, gosh darn it, you know what I should do? I should probably also run concurrently the 15,000 subscriber challenge for this channel, so that when we hit 15,000 subscribers, I can give away a $69,420 Bitcoin limited edition t-shirt, or whatever, full node topper, right? We'll do just like how we did for our 10K subscriber giveaway, how we created a custom full node topper that can be used for your Raspberry Pi full node. And there it is, guys. Got my 2 adapters. I still haven't set this thing up for any of my machines. I've got a laser cutter and a 3D printer that are just so sad in the corner. Seth, why don't you finally run that dual purpose full node / maker controller head? No, says my schedule, quietly, disapprovingly. But 15K subscribers, guys, what do you think? Should we do the topper? Should we do a limited edition t-shirt with $69,420 Bitcoin printed on the front? You tell me in the chat, or I will run a poll in the community tab of this channel. But I would just love to be able to give something away to the community, guys. Really, it's my pleasure to be able to make stuff, especially, right? Limited edition stuff. There's nothing quite like it, hashtag maker life. Joko CEO says, I love using my Ras Pi on the 3D printer. That's great. Yeah, I love hearing that too. I've only got the 4 gig model. I feel like that's probably enough for most things if I run a lean enough version of Linux. And then I run my own custom, I'll just run my own custom Bitcoin full node on that, since I'm going to have a graphical user interface anyway, and I'll be able to with my own dedicated keyboard, I'm going to at least have the terminal, right? So I can run the CLI version of Bitcoin Core or whatever else I want to. That said, setting it up just so that there's Tor, there's onion routing for Bitcoin, so I don't expose my IP address and stuff. There's some technical hurdles there. Just going to leave it at that. But I'm still kind of more a fan of rolling my own when it comes to a Bitcoin full node, as opposed to running one of these Wonder OSs like Get Umbrel or whatever else. I'm not getting good vibes from any of those projects. Cool. Joko CSS sets up Tor automatically. That's great. I didn't realize that Bitcoin Core could do that from the CLI. I thought you had to set some custom flags to get Tor running automatically. I didn't think that it was the default operating mode, but I'll check that out at another time, guys. Definitely Appreciate the feedback. We got some great intelligence across the entire community here, guys. Appreciate you chiming in. I'm going to leave our chopsticks right where they are. Go ahead and lock that in. Save it to our trading view, which is in the description of this video, as are all of the links that we've looked at so far. DeFi Llama, what you got for us, homie? Oh, not much. I'm just kind of hanging out, not looking very different from yesterday, Seth. But thanks for asking. You're welcome, DeFi Llama. All right, so guys, we've got Ethereum continuing to print new all-time lows in dominance within DeFi. Yep, it's dipping, not by a ton, but we're at 67% as of October, and then fast forward a month later, we're at 66% and holding. So we are losing about a percentage point of market dominance within Ethereum as a DeFi ecosystem every single month right now. How long can that trend continue? Man, I don't know. I don't think it's been a very long-term trend. Otherwise, we would have seen a pretty steep linear drop-off over this last 6 months. But more recently, that trend has held pretty well. So I don't know. What do you guys think? In December, we're going to see even lower dominance from within Ethereum come January, February, when Ethereum starts getting really close to pressing the launch button on ETH 2.0. What do you think we're going to see by way of Ethereum dominance in DeFi? Personally, I feel like we're going to continue to see some of the other competitors gain TVL and protocol usage. As a recap from yesterday, guys, first off, thank you, Bitcoin Jake, for saying 51% attack the like button. Do it, crypto fam. I like that idea, guys. Yeah, that is financial advice, and boop, that's my seal of approval. Ace at Cisco says, are you familiar with Ethereum name service? Token seems to be decentralized naming service. Seen a lot of chat. Yes, we talked about it on yesterday's live stream. There was an airdrop and then a Binance listing simultaneously, a 1-2 punch. It peaked at $77 per coin. People were selling it at $20 and at $40 per coin because it was an amazing airdrop. If you ever registered an Ethereum domain, right, a .eth domain with the ENS, so Ethereum naming service, they granted you an airdrop. Bro, people out there with dozens of addresses that they registered, over a year ago when it was still cheaper, or more, right? Hundreds of addresses that they've been holding on to. And the airdrop amount was a function of the number of wallets that you had, or number of addresses that you had in a given wallet, and the age of those wallets. So if you had really old, seasoned addresses from ENS, that you purchased from the ENS, then you got more of these tokens. Man, there's some people who have walked away with 6 figures of airdrop money, and this is like their Uniswap airdrop from this market cycle. They're walking away, paying off debts, paying down their mortgage, getting rid of all kinds of financial problems in their lives, or bringing on new financial problems by buying toys like boats and RVs and motocross stuff. So, and you know what I'm talking about. It's the right kind of problems, or the problems that you like having. Yeah, this is changing some people's lives right now. It's that big an airdrop. To my shame, I never bought a .eth address. I was never interested in it because I always felt like, well, we don't have the rest of the infrastructure to be able to ensure that that address is untakedownable, right? Like, it's a bit of the misnomer of, say, unstoppable domains or any of the other decentralized naming services, is that the internet is more than just naming services, right? Right. I mean, if we're being honest, there's an entire stack of technologies that have to work together to keep a website discoverable by people who want to find it. There's a reason, for example, that .onion addresses are not just easily crawlable by some kind of an indexing program, whether generally speaking, they're put in registries on websites, and they're not really put into search engines for the most part. So yeah, some things are harder to solve for than others, and anonymity plus untakedownability, we'll call it, that's one of those problems that's actually very, very difficult to solve for on the modern web. So yeah, roundabout way of me saying, like, yep, my dumb self, I didn't grab any. So I didn't get any airdrop. Boo-hoo. But some people did, and I'm truly happy for them because I'm seeing reports of people's lives being changed. That's why I'm here in crypto, guys. I love hearing those user stories of people like literally saying, my life just changed. Oh my gosh, crypto changed my life. this is so great. Like my student debt is gone, or my consumer debt is gone, or my mortgage is gone, or my parents' mortgage is gone, or, you know, whatever. My girlfriend and I can now set a date to get married, or we've got a college fund for our kid. Whatever it is, right? Like if it's good news, bro, sis, I am happy for you. So this airdrop has been a phenomenally positive thing. So I'm glad you brought that up. But Don't Support Rats says, have a good day, everyone. Remember to keep it in a real perspective. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. But guys, we're looking at DeFi Llama. Total value locked on all chains continues to grow. The question is, which one is gaining total value compared to market cap? That's just one possible ratio for us to be aware of. Binance Smart Chain has a phenomenal ratio there, right? Its own market cap is very high, but its TVL is relatively low. Apparently, what we want to see is a rising TVL and a rising market cap, and we kind of want this number not to approach zero. We just want to know that there's a lot of TVL. In fact, I want to see this ratio flipped. I want to see TVL divided by market cap. I don't want to see it the other way around. Right? So if market cap is higher than TVL, I don't want it. That's what I'm saying. I actually want to see a negative number or a below one value. Personally, I'm starting to believe that now, because what I want to see is protocols that are larger than the project itself. We talked about this yesterday, guys, how when you flip this list, instead of it being a TVL value for the stacked ranking, when we go to protocols, instead of Solana being in third place, it's Polygon, with more protocols being added all the time. We're now at 109 for Polygon. It's the only one of the Ethereum scaling alternatives or side chains that has broken the 100 protocol barrier. Binance Smart Chain has 153. Only Polygon has over 100 in terms of being a side chain that is meant to be a dedicated service to Ethereum and decrease fees for Ethereum right now. Avalanche is growing fast. Phantom also growing fast in terms of the numbers. TVL is a little bit lower on Phantom, which means it probably has greater headroom to be able to get more adoption, right, of new protocols that have more value. Avalanche a bit higher, so maybe it's got a little less headroom. I don't know if that's necessarily true. It could be a false metric, right? One project could jump on board that has $5 billion market cap and is locked into Avalanche, and so that could pop that value up by another 5 billion, right? So we got to take this stuff with a grain of salt. These are just helpful numbers. They don't tell us everything. Yeah, they really don't. Hey, Bitcoin Jake. Yeah, brother. Bitcoin Jake gave a donation to the Ocean Conservancy Inc. Guys, we are aligning ourselves with Team C's on our live streams. Mr. Beast and Mark Rober are both. They're both in the middle of a new ecological conservancy program called Team Seas. If you remember Team Trees on YouTube a while back, the effort to plant so many millions of trees, now with Team Seas, they're trying to clean up the oceans and seas. It's pretty cool. And Mark Rober has he's got a really cool project that he's aligned with, which I'm a little bit more aligned with. If we can do more automation, there's no reason that we can't clean more of our oceans with automated systems that run on fully renewable power, right? Like, we've had the technology for a long time. We really don't have many excuses. So Bitcoin Jake is saying when Team B's though, bruh, right? Colony collapse disorder is real. We got to be careful with these guys. They make all our food. So that's true. But guys, looking at our list, this is not news to you if you've been watching the channel recently. You know that we're looking at protocols and we're looking at TVL, right? So the 7-day change, this is, I think, primarily, in overall, it's not really saying what that's all about. I think it is just a question of TVL right now. But we've got some that have popped way up in percentage, right? Ronin now has over $1 billion TVL, but there's only one protocol. Same with this project, right? HPB. I'm not even familiar with it, but HPB. Let's find out more about this chain. Let's investigate a little bit. DeFi Llama is a tool that you can use, though. That's the bottom line. Tool you can use to learn more. Here we go. So where are you? HPDEX. No, HPD. I said it wrong, didn't I? I said HPV. HPB. Nope. HPB is what it says. Good grief. But yeah, HPDEX is the one project that is listed on that chain. So this is a false metric, guys. This is one of those things that's a trap. How can you possibly rely on this to be gains that you're going to definitely be lined up to receive? The short answer is you can't. You can't rely on a single protocol with a single project that's totally aligned being something you can reliably put your money into and say like, all right, cool, it's going to go to the moon. I'm going to get, gosh, what is this? I'm going to get 2 million% returns. Dang, 2 million% in a week. You can't rely on that. 2 million% returns. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I mean, the gains look sick, but how can you reliably pick winners like this? Almost nobody can, right? So better indicators are total value locked and then making sure that that value is locked across many protocols, not just a single anchor protocol, and specifically an anchor protocol that is the utility token of that chain. That's a mistake. In my opinion, that's a huge mistake. It'd be very irresponsible to have that Moon Boy number go up talk without also talking about this. All right, guys, thank you so much for indulging me on that side of our show. Let's take a look. Take a look at our CPU or GPU mineable coins right now. Take a look at the overview on the GPUs tab, guys. In the interest of time, make sure that we're looking at the overview very, very fast. And specifically, let's get our cost for power back up to 14 cents. And it looks like we do not have our custom numbers here either because I'm not signed in. So perfect. We do not want to have any custom numbers there. Look at Team Green first, just Team Green. And the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090, still the king of the hashers over on Team Green. Ethereum, still the top profit, but Flux not looking bad. And with those parallel assets and with the recent parabolic run up in Flux, even though the daily profit didn't look quite as high before, if that run up continues, well, the coins that you're mining every single day, all other things being equal, as that unit value goes up, then your unit bias, you don't have to worry about it so much, right? Like the amount of profit you get today, that $7 that you mine today could be worth $10 next week if we continue to see a parabolic rise in Flux, right? So the $9, there's $8.50 of profit that you're getting in Ethereum for that same cost of power may be dwarfed by Flux in the not too distant future. We got Maria Anderson in the chat. Maria Anderson, millionaire in 7 years. If you're not following her channel, you really need to be. Guys, so many great YouTube celebrities in the chat today. Thank you for being here, Maria. She's got a phenomenal channel talking about all things investing and also not investment advice, but she got a phenomenal take. Very, very grounded, very down-to-earth take on investing. Worth a follow, I think. But guys, we got the RTX 3080 in second place. The typical, usual lineup of 3080 Ti, some of our 2080 Ti and higher performance cards and LHR cards coming into the mix. And we have a new contender in the leaderboard for profitability, Swap. I wasn't expecting to see Swap in so many of these leaderboards right here. My concern with this, and I've made no secret of it before, guys, is that if you're earning $7 per day per card in Swap, this is a $500,000 market cap project. So unless we see things go parabolic for them, then if you have to sell off, you're going to dump the value. You could become an accidental market maker for a coin like this. So be very cautious. If you're going to mine projects like Swap and you're watching this show, be very, very cautious. This is a project that you would mine because you have a belief in their mission and vision. You need to do more research there, but please don't dump on projects this size. It's a $500,000 market cap, and if too many of us mine simultaneously, we could absolutely wreck it. It would be the break of this project, not the make of this project, if enough of us were mining and then dumping. Yes, it would show network activity, but it would be order book crypto, not on-chain activity, right? If we're all selling on Trade Ogre, we do them no favors. So just throwing that out there, guys. Be very, very cautious. So Golden Wolf says, well, I guess so. Jeez, that's funny. Oh, my gosh. But we got Flux, of course, in so many of the leaderboard spots here, and Ergo for the 3080 Ti. I'm always surprised when I see Ergo being profitable to mine on some of the Team Green cards. 3070 Ti also is showing up. Nice hash you can safely ignore. Really, go to Mining Rig Rentals instead. Guys, if anybody is telling you that nice hash is the most profitable coin to mine, it's clickbait, and I love everybody's face, but just be aware, that's part of the game that we play here. It's a way to get you to watch the video, but I don't think anybody in their right mind is saying nice hash is a good platform or that it's run by people that they like. So yeah, I would say MiningRigRentals.com. There's a link in the description. That is an affiliate link. I do receive some kickback if you do follow that link, or just go straight to MiningRigRentals.com. I really don't care, guys, but please don't use nice hash if you can avoid it. You should be able to get similar economics out of MiningRigRentals.com. Nice hash has been shown to be a net negative for the space. I know, adoption, whatever, yada yada, fine adoption, but it's a centralizing force, guys. And it's been used to execute 51% attacks before. Not even through any fault of the leadership of NiceHash, but it's been shown to be a tool in the hands of bad actors before. MiningRigRentals.com, you can choose to sell your hash rate to people, or you can choose not to sell your hash rate to specific buyers. So that's up to you. You have a lot more control over that. NiceHash, you don't. You just sell all your hash rate directly to them, and then they broker the deal to whoever is the highest bidder. That's why it's been used to 51% attack other networks before. Not a fan. Not a good thing for us to be involved in, guys. CCX is on the list as well. Moving down the list, a lot of swap, and then Ethereum Classic showing up for our 2070 Super. Didn't expect that. Same with the 2060 Super. Same with the 2080 Super. 2080 Super. There's something about these Super edition cards from the 2000 series RTX lineup that is a little extra good for Dagger Hashimoto, right? So the full lineup is Ethereum and then NiceHash, Dagger Hashimoto, and then Ethereum Classic. Bit of a shock there, bit of an anomaly. Guys, if you're just tuning in right now, please do hit that like button. It is very, very helpful. Please do be subscribed. If you're not, right, smashing that subscribe button, that helps us out a ton. When you smash all those buttons, it tells YouTube that this is content that other people might want to see and that could help them. So thank you for doing that. Guys, moving down the list, though, we've got, same usual suspects. Swap, Ergo. Any other surprises here? Zano at the very bottom of the list for our GTX 1050 Ti cards. Woo! Swooping in, hero to save the day. But here's the thing. Flux is still 85 cents per day, even on 14-cent power. That's amazing that the 1050 Ti is still so profitable. Guys, Team Red, our mining profits look like so. The Radeon 7 is still highest profit every single day on Ethereum. Not a shock. Yep, not a shock. Guys, we got Son of a Tech also needing to do the thing. He's on the job, guys. That's the thing. We were working the same field, so best of luck to Son of a Tech on your live streams today. I noticed that you started going live in the morning as well. If we want to coordinate, guys, let me know. I thought I saw Serpent as well do a morning live stream the last 48 hours. So if we want to coordinate those morning live streams, guys, I'm happy to do that too. Want to make sure that there's plenty of schedule for everybody to raid each other's live streams. I'd love to do that for our other GPU mining content creators. Thanks for being here, guys. So we've got Radeon 7 at $7 profit on Ethereum. Ergo is there as well, but let's look at the common coins on the leaderboard. It looks like we've got Flux, we've got Ethereum, we've got Conceal, right, coming up a lot. Ergo coming up on some of our HBM cards, but also on the RX 5700. Guys, it's the Ethereum and Flux show right now. Until you get into the lower spec cards where you start to see, even just with the 5500 XT, you start to see Ethereum dominance or Dagger Hashimoto dominance. And then the R9 Fury, you start to see Raven and Zano pop up as well. Raven is kind of a favorite for all of our 4 gig cards. But guys, I'm just going to say it. In my mind, Flux has that use case and that adoption that Raven still needs. Is Raven a sound project? Probably. Fundamentally, is there anything wrong with it? I don't know that I can see anything that's fundamentally wrong with Raven Coin, and I don't want to say anything disparaging about the project or the leadership or anything in the Raven Coin ecosystem. I'm just being very straightforward. I don't see the adoption from developers in the same way that with Flux. Flux has a product in the Flux network and with Flux nodes that lets any developer port their code over to this network because it's a decentralized cloud. It's really simple. If you're running code on Vultr or on Linode or on DigitalOcean or on AWS or on Google Cloud, you can probably run your code on Flux. It's pretty straightforward. They've made it about as simple as possible for traditional tech to be run on their network. And with Raven, it's a little bit different, right? I mean, they're trying to convince people that they should start minting NFTs instead of the other digital assets that they were offering initially. So, yeah, it's not the same. It's not the same, guys. So I think all other things being equal, if you can see an opening to get profit out of your cards for Flux, that's the direction I'd be going. I know there are a few advocates of Ergo as well. I think that Son of a Tech has some deeper dive content on Ergo, so that would be worth taking a look at as well, guys. I may do a deep dive in the future as well, but I think that Son of a Tech has that pretty well covered, so it might be worth looking at there, guys. Token on the blockchain says thumbs up, and the Golden Wolf says fluxing it up 24/7. Heck yeah, brother. Cool. That's our profit for our GPUs, guys. Take a look at our portfolios really fast. Overview. Top winners in the GPU category are Flux. Yes, as we were just discussing, it's almost at $500 million market cap. It continues to rise. Yes, it's ratcheting up and then back down. It's got that sawtooth pattern up and to the right. It's not slowing down. It doesn't look like it's got an upward ascending channel that it's in right now. When will it stop? Man, I don't know. Turn off the lights, Flux glows. Seriously, it's pretty awesome. It literally inspired me to go and, like, off the dome, start copying Vanilla Ice. It's that good. You should check out Flux. But guys, $2.17. The other day, Crypto Mikkel was joking about it maybe crossing $1. That was less than a week ago. Less than a week ago, we were talking about, like, oh my gosh, what if Flux crossed $1? And it did, and then it basically, like, didn't stop. It kept on punching faces. Right? It's like boom, boom, boom. Oh, are you KO'd yet, market? Hold on a second. Hold my whatever. Hold my Aquapana. About to punch this market in the face. And it keeps on going, guys. I strongly believe it's got a lot of steam left in it. It's not even $1 billion market cap coin yet. We still have more Flux nodes and capacity, I believe, on the network with over 2,000 Flux nodes running. More capacity on their network to run more projects. So the number of projects that can be aligned with Flux and still see growth in their token and market cap. You guys aren't ready. You're not ready. The market isn't ready. It's not ready for Flux. It's just not. But here's the thing. Flux is ready for it. So that's why it keeps on punching faces here, guys. Just saying, the tech is ready. It's ready enough, we'll say, that it just needs those partners to come in. Safecoin is still winning, guys, up 300%. So it is on our leaderboard there. Equilibria is there as well. And then it gets less interesting as we go down that list. Ethereum, I wouldn't call it boring, but it gets less interesting. But that's the steady Eddie, right? That's the resident, that's the patron saint of GPU mining right now. If you're not mining Ethereum, or if you haven't mined Ethereum, then you're not really GPU mining, right? Like, you have to consider that. Bottom of the list, though, biggest losers would be BitTube, Mimblewimble Coin, and Swap in terms of price. It's not really saying much, though. That's just based on the snapshot that we put into this portfolio end of May. BitTube is down pretty bad since then, almost 60% down at $1.5 million and dropping with massive spikes. There's, I mean, that just does not look good by way of trading to see those massive spikes. Either somebody's manipulating to get some really great scalping going on there, or something else is going on. And Swap doesn't look very healthy either, with these weird random Bart Simpsons popping up in the middle of the chart. Mimblewimble Coin, it's on the rise, but I don't know what that means for it in the long term. It's definitely down, though, since we made the portfolio. Those are our biggest winners and losers for GPUs, guys. Hard drive mining coins, also a bit less interesting than they were before. When Chia first started popping off, it was the main event. It was the main news cycle. But the entire portfolio is basically in the dumps right now. Storage and MaidSafe coin are above water, right? They're treading water. Everything else is kind of low. Chia has been in a downward channel since it had that pump about a week ago. And I'm sorry to those who are Chia loyalists. I don't know what else to tell you other than that. I've been trying to warn you for months. That this was going to be a difficult time to launch, that it was going to be a very difficult time to realistically capitalize new equipment in this new mining hardware profile and have it genuinely make sense. Bro, everybody else was telling you to buy hard drives. I was telling you, cut bait. So I don't know what else to say about this other than that, like, price action isn't everything, right? I'll walk that back a little bit. They're still developing and they're still going to launch. I'm sure of it. But I did try to warn you about, like, speculating early from the retail seats, right? That was what I was trying to say. From the retail seats as miners, we needed to be careful. And I'm glad that we were able to keep some people from getting wrecked. Right now, though, will Chia Coin return? Of course, it's going to return. Of course, they're going to launch something. And Bram Cohen he's bloody brilliant. Of course, he's going to bring something to market. That's not the concern here, though, right? This is the concern: the fact that it's almost 80% down since we created this portfolio. So just be safe, guys. Be smart. Going into CPU mineable coins, we've got. Oh, come on now. Moving at the speed of CoinGecko, we've got Raptorium. Raptorium is actually not our biggest gainer. It's not our biggest gainer in this portfolio, guys. But if you are a CPU miner, you're definitely happy that you've been mining Raptorium. And it's probably still worth your time right now to mine Raptorium on a CPU. That curve, it finally stopped going parabolic. It finally started to find some bottom support and has popped back up since then. If you put $1,000 into this coin end of May, you would currently have over 19,000. The power level went way beyond 9,000 and then added a 10 to it. It's unbelievable, unfreaking believable. WowNero is still down low in its current coin price and market cap, but here's the thing: WowNero has always been a test net, not a big problem. Epic Cash is in our number 2 spot, looking good, just not as good as Raptorium. ASIC mineable coins, we have GMT token in the very lead. As usual, right? It's still leading the pack. Bitcoin is up a little bit over 7 days, but it's not doing as well as this cloud mining token, right? So this tokenized mining, rather, system here. Bottom of the list for our ASIC mineable coins is still Pirate Chain, well below $2, continues to move downward in this channel. Don't know what that means for people who are loyalists. Other than that, I'm sorry. We talked about it being $2 being on sale the other day. It's now $1.85. Maybe this dip continues. Maybe this sale continues. I'm not going to try to chart Pirate Chain. I don't think it's the kind of coin that likes to be charted. It's a bit like Monero. People like to use these coins, I think. That's what I'm gathering. They don't really like to chart these coins. They use them because they're useful. And when they're not using them, I don't know. Like, hopefully you're trading. Hopefully you're being smart about what you actually hold in these coins. Guys, that's our ASIC mining portfolio as well. Dogecoin, it's just worth mentioning. Dogecoin is finding some support at 26 cents per coin. It has not pop back up to its previous all-time highs, and I would be shocked if it does again. I really would be shocked to see it go back up parabolic unless it maintains a bit of correlation to Bitcoin. Then I just don't see it popping back up to the profit that it was at before. Nervos Network in the top 3, worth mentioning that it is an ASIC mineable coin that has returned decent profits. Our FPGA side of the portfolio, however, is where things take a very interesting turn with Cadena. Yep, Cadena. If you clicked on this video and you weren't sure what that giant letter K was, it was hiding in the background, it's the symbol for Cadena. Cadena is a blockchain that has all kinds of all-star tech talent behind the scenes. In fact, one of the only people who was, I think, mentioned by name by Satoshi in the original Bitcoin white paper is behind some of the design and advisory team at Cadena. It has some very strong fundamentals, and I'm not shocked to see its price go parabolic. Currently with a market cap of $4 billion, in a market like the one that we're in right now, there may be additional headroom to go even higher. But if you put $1,000 in this coin back in the end of May, you would currently have 40 grand. This project has clearly been a kingmaker in the markets. So people who are mining it and getting it for, getting each dollar worth of this coin for less than $1, right? For maybe pennies on the dollar, are laughing all the way to the bank right now. It's just a phenomenally performing coin and great to see them doing so well. 0x Bitcoin also doing quite well. It's popping up. Not nearly in the same category as Cadena, but it's continuing to rise as well. Biggest loser here is not Nervos, but Digibyte. 17% down. Going to proof of stake smart contract, guys, we have got in the top spot, we got Phantom. Again, just measuring as of the end of May. We got Phantom. If you'd put $1,000 in, you'd have just barely over $7,000. These markets have dipped just a little bit, I think, with strong correlation to Bitcoin's market. You see that kind of pop upward as Bitcoin was hitting its $69,000, wicking up to $69,000. The rest of the smart contract market did as well. I think that there's great wisdom in seeing that there's strong correlation between Ethereum and Bitcoin right now as well. And a lot of these other smart contract markets, you see, even with the various different types of TVL and the different protocols that they have that are aligned with their projects, when Bitcoin sneezes, these projects catch a cold. It's just that simple. There's still extremely high correlation to Bitcoin's price because Bitcoin is so visible, because Bitcoin is the resident, the sort of elder statesman of cryptocurrency, because it is like the king daddy, right, of stores of value. That's what everybody internationally around the globe looks at as cryptocurrency, is Bitcoin. We cannot escape that. And we do ourselves a disservice if we believe that any coin can escape the gravitational pull of Bitcoin's price action. They usually can't. It's very, very rare. It's only when a project goes into complete price discovery mode, a bit like how Cardano has, that it tends to break out for a short period of time, and then it returns to high correlation. There's really no escaping it, but it has to go in its own unique price discovery. Ethereum has not gone into its own unique price discovery for a while, and I strongly suspect, again, with ETH 2.0, that because of all these other options, it might not go back into the strong price discovery that we hope for when ETH 2.0 launches. Biggest loser in smart contracts is actually Internet Computer. And it's by a very wide margin. You know, the delta there is over 40% between the first and second place for biggest loser. Polygon is down actually pretty bad. 15% over 7 days, well below $2. I still believe that this project is actually undervalued. When we solve over on DeFi Llama for protocols that are resident, you know, on these smart networks, Polygon is number 3. It displaces Solana by a significant margin in terms of the number of projects that are actually building. So yeah. Dump Trucking Crypto says you need to research more about the wallets of Shiba. The wallet you are talking about is a dead wallet. Well, I mean, that's cool. That's a cool story. Maybe we will do a little more research, but I'm talking about a conspiracy theory that a dead wallet is not the same as an actual burn wallet. So maybe you need to do more research into not your keys, not your burn wallet, right? Like, I'm just going to say that straight up. It's not the black hole address of Ethereum. Why didn't they send coins to that address? Then we would know that they're burned, wouldn't we? Can you give me an answer to that? I'm actually challenging a comment in our live stream right now. Yes, I'm actually that petty at this moment because I don't think that that's a very well-informed opinion. And I think I gave very good reasoning as to why we should have doubts. So moving on. Yeah, really, guys, I'm here to protect my audience. I'm here to protect my audience against getting wrecked. I just am. And I will fight fiercely for you guys. Yeah, sorry, got my dander up there. Go over to the junk drawer side of our portfolio. I might have to right size my comment permissions. Anyway, the junk drawer side of our portfolio, guys. Here's the thing. Shiba Inu, as we track it here, still looks good. This is not me dumping on Shiba Inu at all. In the same way that when I talk about the relative centralization versus decentralization of proof of stake networks, like we showed the amount of VC allocation that went into Solana and Polkadot. That was one of our episodes. So we've got to look at the bad and the good as well. We have to evaluate our risks, guys. We've got to try to take in all these different sources of information, and it's complicated. It is. It is. If we want to do it that way. If we only ape into stuff and believe that, oh, number go up, those are the people that get wrecked when the market moves into a blow off top. They are. Sorry, I got to do that the other way around. From your side, guys, those are the people who get absolutely wrecked. And then after the bull market ends and a bear market begins, they leave they leave crypto forever with a sour taste in their mouth, believing that all cryptos are a scam. That there should be increased regulation, which there shouldn't be. They go and cry to their local lawmakers and to federal lawmakers here in the United States, which makes a worse situation, not for the cryptocurrency market, because the cryptocurrency market, as we saw earlier, can just move to Seychelles, can just move to BVI. It can just move to Gibraltar or to Portugal, right? Or to any number of other places throughout the world where they're not going to get picked on and they can keep building. So the cryptocurrency industry will march on. But what's going to happen here when those people leave after getting wrecked? They go tell their lawmakers, there ought to be a law about cryptocurrencies because I got wrecked, because I was dumb, right? Like I didn't own my own choices, right? I didn't put on my big boy or my big girl pants. I didn't own my own choices and I didn't learn enough. They'll never say that. They'll just say all crypto is a scam and we need more regulation, and then more regulation happens. And who does it favor? JP effing Morgan. It doesn't benefit retail. It doesn't benefit them. Who does it benefit? Robinhood. Who does it benefit? If you're in the UK, Barclays, right? Or Deutsche Bank. It doesn't benefit them. Guys, there are farther knock-on effects when we believe in the number go up stupidity, right? Like we can't just think with such a simplistic mindset. It's a game of chess. We got to be 2 steps ahead. It's important to look at some of this stuff. And I realize that I go over a lot of data sources, and I realize that some of it is overwhelming. And it took me a long time to start really grasping some of this stuff and starting to see like, oh my gosh, there's more, there's more, there's more. There are more things I could be paying attention to. But I feel a lot less like, I feel a lot more well-armed to not get wrecked by the end of this market. So just wanted to throw it out there. Bernie says, my best critic is my mom. Hey, man, you know, you are one lucky guy. That's just true. Until you choose the woman of your life. If you've got a great mom who's looking out for you, you won the lottery, my friend. But Shiba Inu is still performing well. That's the thing. So if you did have some Shiba Inu in your portfolio at the end of May, like if you had $1,000 in it, you would have almost $6,000 still, even with the pretty heavy corrections, guys. Even with pretty heavy corrections, it's it's there. Yeah. So Hex, if you are a Hexican or if you're down with the Hex community or Pulse, then you're not doing bad either. But let's be very, very realistic. Proof of work miners who had FPGAs on Cadena or who had CPUs on Raptorium are laughing at all y'all. They are. Because they were focused on proof of work gems that had strong fundamentals and were very, very undiscovered. So that's what we found out here as well. Guys, we got Hyperburn in a distant third. And then our biggest losers are, I did not add these yet, because I actually went a little bit earlier than I thought. I am going to add these new entries live, guys, and we're going to go over our Q&A while we go over these entries live. Appreciate you being here. Go ahead and bring your chat, bring questions into the chat. I see Kai Oni asking about, thoughts about ADA, about Cardano. Dump Trucking Crypto says, no, I don't dislike YouTubers. Hey, that's all right. No, it's okay. I appreciate it. Here's the thing, man. I think there's been a lot of shenanigans within the YouTube space where I wouldn't blame you if you did dislike YouTubers. Got thick skin, been doing this for a little while. Don't always have thick skin, but in this space, like there are a lot of YouTubers that do get their audiences kind of wrecked. There's a lot of YouTubers that do dump on their audiences. A lot of YouTubers that don't understand anything about either fundamentals or technicals that call them, that believe that they're talking about the technicals, or that believe that they're talking about the fundamentals. Pretty sad, actually. And then they wind up doing the same thing, crying, leaving, believing falsely that crypto is going to be regulated or somebody's going to make it illegal. Okay, yeah, good riddance. Yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty that just, that I would understand if you're not happy with YouTubers. Let's see. Absalom PT says best critic ever. Love it. Yeah, absolutely love it. Also have I'm Super Bob says love your stuff, bro. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Super Bob. Oliver Mayhem says it's there. I was asking about Cardano. Well, let me tell you about Cardano while I'm pulling our Dogelon Mars entry into the portfolio. You guys can see this. My thoughts on Cardano. I mentioned this when I was on Around the Blockchain. I'm sorry. On Around the Blockchain. When I won Around the Blockchain, on BitBoy's channel the other day. It's a lot of fun, guys. We treat it like improv or like performance theater. The games are made up and the points don't matter. We're just having a fun time. But it is fun. It's fun to win too. But I did win on Around the Blockchain the other day. We were asked about thoughts on Cardano. And I had a really fun time. Shout out to Crypto Blood and to Max Wright and to Crypto Keeper. I think a lot of us shared similar opinions that Cardano is an interesting idea, but it has not executed yet on its roadmap. It just hasn't executed. And the sorts of large announcements and the partnerships that it's working on, these are essential things for a project like Cardano to be working on. If they weren't working on that, we would be concerned, right? We'd have cause for concern. But there's been a bit of an issue. Dang, that is a low price. That 6 zeros? 6 zeros, 17, 14, 72. Jeez, I actually got to... That is nuts. Okay. Also, guys, I just for the record, I totally solved my sound issues here on this installation of Linux. And I did so by replacing the Pulse Audio subsystem with Pipewire. I know, nerdy, stupid stuff that nobody really needs to know, but I told you. Wait. Huh? What's going on here? Did I mess something up? I messed something up. I had to have messed something up. There's no other answer for that. Okay. Got a divide by error somewhere. No, it's about right. Yep, nope, I did. I had a divide by error somewhere. Missed a zero. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I mean, I actually have to focus on this because, yeah, I'm trying to make sure that I have this entry done correctly. And here's the thing, guys. If we don't do this right, I mean, you know, whatever. Ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I'll use a little quip there to give my reasoning. We got Pocket Change in the chat. Pocket Change, hello. Say hello to Chump for the fam over here. Other great YouTube creators. We love seeing the Hump Day hashing show on Wednesday nights. They go live to talk about what's going on in their mining operation and their mining farm. And did Doji on Mars come through to like destroy everybody? Yep. It came through to wreck shop. Double the profits of Shiba Inu in the same time frame. Yikes. This is going to be fun, guys, because now we're looking at those really, really speculative, like gem level meme coins that have returned like thousands of percentage points. So prepare yourselves. It's going to get interesting. Hey, Pocket Change says, Chump is right next to me. He says hi. Awesome. Well, I'm paraphrasing, but awesome. Digital Invasion says, where can I find the burning address of the SHIBs? You know, it's a good question. Well, I guess we could follow the total coin distribution. We could look it up on Etherscan and then go into the holder tab of the token tracker. We could do that. So that's a great question. I'm glad you asked, and that's important, guys. These are the kinds of things that that help set us free, right? When we know where to find the truth for ourselves. Right here, we can add it to MetaMask, or we can copy the smart contract address, or right here, this brings us directly to the token on Etherscan or ETHplorer. So I'm going to middle click that, open up a new tab. And Robco28 says, let's go Brandon token. Bruh. That's probably already a thing, right? It's totally a thing. We'd be way late in making it because it's a great idea for a meme. And it would go absolutely nuts. Let's go Brandon token. Do it. Make it so. Alrighty, so here, guys, holders. There's a tab right here on etherscan.io. Very easy to find. This is the token tracker for Shiba Inu. It's verified right there. Double check the token contract address. Shiba token, there's the contract address, so you can double check. Shows that it has all the social profiles attached. So pretty safe bet that we're definitely in the right place. But black hole address. Oh, you know what? That is the black hole address. Hey, guys. Okay. I've got to walk back a little bit of what I said before. 41% of the coin supply is in a known black hole address. So Conspiracy theory reduced. It is possible that the remaining 10%, that where they claim that 51% is in a burn address, but the remaining 10% like doesn't add up. Why would the PR release cycle be like, oh, it's 51% of the coin supply? Well, no, it's not. It's 41%, clearly. But there's a black hole address right there. So see that? 0x dead. This is a cool address, guys. It's something to be aware of. So I'll open up just that address. This is important to know. If you're on Ethereum, this is a, come on. There we go, black hole address. And this is just filtered by this particular holder. Oh, yeah, I've got the token. I just want to see the address page. And they've got consistent burns there, guys. So yeah, they're doing consistent burns there. But right now, there are multiple tokens that burn to this address, and there's some Ethereum there as well, right? Some Ether token. They've got Doge GF, Astro Elon, American Shiba, Husky token, Math token, Floki, Basic Attention token, right? Has had, I guess, a little bit of dust thrown there. Keanu Inu. See that? There are over 103 tokens here, guys. This is sort of like the known black hole address. It's literally 0x dead. See that? 0x dead, 000, et cetera, you know, and like garbage. And it's sort of publicly acknowledged to be a burn address across multiples. So right here, we're going to take a look at blockscan.com for this address. And we'll see that on blockscan.com, this is publicly acknowledged to be a black hole burn address on Ethereum, on Binance Smart Chain, on Polygon, on Huobi Echo Chain, on Phantom, on ArbScan, and on every testnet, right? Robston, Coven, Rinkeby, Gurley, and Binance Smart Chain testnet. So, yeah. Zodrak is saying this looks suspicious when they burn only very poor tokens, are no Ether at all. Yeah. Yeah, so Mice Elf says the one with just zeros is the known burn address. Yes, you're right. That is a known burn address. So we'll take a look as well. I have to find that one. So yeah, it is also a black hole. This one is listed as a black hole address though. And this was listed, right? The public tag is listed and chosen by Etherscan, the Etherscan team. Just want to be very, very clear, guys. Etherscan, they're known good actors in the space. When, for example, there's a hack and an address is indicated as the hacker's address, they tend to label it on Etherscan. So you can see like, oh, nope, that's a phishing address, or that's a hacker's address, or they stole funds from this notable public hack. So for them to list this as a black hole address it's just that. Mice Elf is saying, yeah, the one with just zeros is the known burn address. Yes, you are correct. Yes, it is a black hole address. It is the black hole address. I mentioned it earlier in the live stream, did I not? This is also a black hole address, 0x dead. 0x dead. It's not just a vanity address. Because you can, gosh, vanity addresses, that used to be a thing too. Vanity addresses on Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's not anymore. People don't really do it that much anymore, but yeah, it used to be a very popular thing. Let's see. Black hole. Might bring up some tokens. Nope, don't want black holes. That one. There we go. But addresses. Black hole. Here's the black hole with all zeros. So it's another black hole address. Pull that one up, but yeah, to your point, 0, 0, it's like all the way through. 0x, zeros all the way through. This is the most popular one. And I do still like, guys, again, I'm going to go back to that initial question too. So myself, thank you. You're right. But the point that I made before, we know that this one is definitely a black hole address. It's got a lot more a much richer history of being a black hole address. We know that anything sent to this address is burned. For sure, it's burned. And yeah, it does have some ETH in it. It does have, there you go, $53 million worth of Ethereum in it. So people who like whatever want to pay homage to Ethereum and make Ethereum more valuable, they burn to this address. Let's see, ERC20 tokens, or just transactions, I guess. Mined uncles? What? What? People actually mined to this address. Oh my gosh. Over 2,000 days ago, people donated hash rate to this address. Oh my gosh. This makes my heart hurt. Why? Why would you do that? Look. Our mind blocks. They're broken. That actually hurts. But whatever. People burn for different reasons. There are NFTs that have been burned here as well. Yeah, to your point, this is a known burn address. Oh, there you go. In the last minute there have been 5 NFTs burned here. Yeah, Zotrak, mistakes and sleeping cats, people on keyboards can send to this because it's all zeros. Heck yeah. Ravenboy Crypto says, I wonder if they didn't change their default address. Maybe it could be that, yeah, that long ago that was part of the default mining. Within like, gosh, whatever. And that's not the sort of thing that, gosh darn it, why can I not think of his name, the developer's name? Claymore. When Claymore Miner was the default about 2,000 days ago, roughly when this all happened, Claymore didn't do that in the default flight sheets or the default start.bat files. Nah, Claymore put his own addresses in that field. So, no, that was never the default for Claymore. I'd be surprised. Anyway, so, yeah. Ray J says, personally, I love opposing opinions. When I want to vet something, I look for people that don't agree with me. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. So, yeah, I do. I guess my criticism still stands. I am kind of concerned about the possible potential for there being centralized ownership of the so-called burn address, which is 0xDead. It's funny. It's a funny black hole address, but I think it's kind of been accepted as one that is a valid black hole address. That said, yeah, 0x0s is like the black hole address. It's on everything, right? So Optimistic Ethereum, WhoScan, Arbuscan, Snowtrace, Moonriver, everything, every testnet too, Polygon testnet, Huobi testnet, Phantom testnet, Optimism testnet, Arbuscan testnet, all of them, Moonbeam testnet, everything burns to this address. So I guess that criticism still stands. I still got, I guess, maybe the conspiracy theory that the other one, 0xDead, could potentially have some kind of a rainy day private key access to it. The likelihood, I mean, I don't think it's very high. Let's double check that address again. So here we are. Nope, not at zeros. That's all zeros. Here's 0xDead. But on 0xDead, we've got usage on every one of these other platforms. We'll open that up on BSC Scan, Etherscan, and maybe Polygon Scan to see how many coins are owned there. But on BNB, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like $8,000 worth of coins across all of the BEP20 tokens. It's really not that much. And what I'd love to see is on those token transactions, get a sense for what the oldest addresses are. So let's go to the very last page. And now, guys, I'm on this conspiracy theory kick, right? Like, thank you, myself. It is possible. Yeah. Myself says the day tokens get moved out of one of those burn addresses is the day Ethereum dumps harder than it has ever dumped before. Yeah, I agree with you there. Looks like the oldest, man. The oldest burn to 0xDead is only 180 days old, guys. That's a less than 6-month-old burn address. F. Not good. Really not good. I remember when I first saw this burn address thinking, oh, that's funny, huh? 0xDead. That's really, really funny. But damn. Really? This could actually be a rainy day fund. As I mentioned before, that could literally be true. It hurts to be right. Thank you, myself, for helping me to regain my resolve there. I just don't want it to be true. You know, I don't want this to be a rainy day wallet where somebody has private key access, but it's possible. It's entirely possible, right? It tracks. It's right. Occam's razor. We've narrowed this down a bit, right? It is possible. Gosh darn it. Yeah. 0x all zeros is the black hole. 0xDead. Yeah. Yeah, Zotrak is saying it looks way too difficult to be accessible, but I'm not 100% sure. Here's the thing, guys. Vanity addresses used to be a thing. And vanity addresses required you to hash until, so you didn't find collisions, but you could put in the amount that you wanted it to be, a custom address. 0xDead struggles to get all the characters that it wants. And that almost does look like a generated address. So just again, right here, when it's dropped into all lowercase in order to use, I guess it is base 58. I think there are no O's, there are only zeros in the Ethereum addresses. I think it's base 58, like how just like how Bitcoin is. So don't quote me, but I think it's base 58 notation, guys. Sometimes it's notated with all lowercase, sometimes it's notated in all caps, but other times it is notated with both lowercase and uppercase, as we saw on Etherscan. So certainly in the address bar, it's notated that way, but here, see that? It's notated lowercase d, uppercase EAD. That indicates to me that there was an effort to generate this address. Gosh darn it, I hate having this freaking tinfoil hat on. It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. It squeezes my tiny brain. Guys. Yeah. Bernie asks, can these wallets be accessed? I mean, by brute force. It's always possible that private keys can be de-anonymized or can be made unprivate by quantum computing. That's the real threat by quantum computers, by the way. Going on a big old detour here, guys. Thank you for being along for the ride. But no. In short, no. It's very difficult to brute force these addresses, brute force private keys or whatever else. Very, very difficult. That's very unlikely. What is more likely? Yeah. Zotrak says, look at the end, Seth. It ends in 426.9. Oh my gosh, it's all 426.9. Bro, you're right. You're right. Zotrak is right. This is a generated address, though. That's the thing. It's very clearly a generated address. Somebody could have done this just for kicks, right? Like, so here's the thing. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a would-be bad actor here. There's more than one way to create an address. We can create an address that's just completely bogus and never generate private keys for it. Okay, we'll do that right now, live. And we're going to go to Ian Coleman. Ian Coleman, BIP39 tool. We've talked about this on other live streams. I need to do just a dedicated video on a dedicated, just a dedicated video for just this. Anonymous Miner lets us know that Best Buy just dropped cards online. Woo woo! We got to take a look at that. Let's see. Best Buy. Nomics. Nomics has right-sized some of its listings as well, including a drop from Hex out of the third place spot down to much lower. Alrighty, GPUs. Where are you at? GPUs. Just show me the goods. Make it front page, jerks. No, you don't get to know my location. Yeah, really. Come on. Do people even go to Best Buy for anything else? Stop wasting our time. What? You're driving me crazy, Best Buy. How many clicks do I have to do before I see the GPUs? Oh, yeah, the component's right there. I apologize. That power supplies. No, not power supplies. Genius. Computer cards and components. Yep. You know what the kids want, Best Buy. Give the kids what they want. Do it. How? Oh my gosh. How did I manage to not computer cards and components? How are there no GPUs here? RTX 3080. Let's just, there we go. GPUs, video graphics cards. Oh my gosh. You want to pay $2,000 for a 3080 Ti? GTFO, Best Buy. There we go. Yeah, right? Yeah, MSRP sold out. Shocker. Mega oof. When purchased now through January 2nd, you can return this item anytime until January 16th. So what you're saying is, if ETH 2.0 launches on January 15th, and I want to return these cards, I can. Ha! Good job looking out, Best Buy. You guys are awesome. I kid. Please don't do that, guys. Please don't wreck retail. With the economy being the way it is right now, that's a highly irresponsible thing to do. Funny, but irresponsible. Oh my gosh. None of this looks good to me. I hate seeing the market the way it is. Oh. The ones that say see details are in stock. Okay. See details. What do we got here? Yep. See details. I do see that. We got the 3080 Ti. Ooh. Let's do this. Let's do a quick filter and go price low to high. See if they are throwing accessories into this lineup. Nope, no accessories. So what do we got for deal hunting? Lowest possible deal looks like it's the EVGA 3080 at about 900 bones. See details, high demand product. Yeah, lots of reviews too. Clearly that's one that people are actually getting their hands on. 192 reviews also on the MSI 3080 Ventus. Ventus. Do it, Ventus. Ventus, Ventus. All right, let's take a look at that XC3. The EVGA looks like a pretty good deal, unless, of course, performance is terrible. I don't actually have any 3000 series cards, guys, so I haven't done any testing on these at all. I couldn't tell you from personal experience whether or not these are horrifically bad or what. This item is expected to sell out quickly. To improve your odds of getting one, we've updated our reservation process. Yeah, no, I'm not logging in, and I'm not buying one of these live, guys. That's just not happening. Well, it looks like they're available, but hey, thanks for the heads up there, guys. If you're watching, go ahead and head over to Best Buy. It doesn't, you know, there's no referral incentive. Oh my gosh. You know what though? Some of the 3060s look pretty sweet right now. And as far as the bang for the buck, that's kind of more what I'm interested in. Hash per dollar per watt, guys. Those 3060s, they punch above their weight. They really do. It's a great way to grow your mind. Dagnabbit, it's sold out. All right. GPUs, video cards go back through the Zotrak. I almost grabbed a nice 3070 and 5950X combo. I resisted. Good for you. Alrighty. Latest from NVIDIA. Wow. Oh my gosh. What a gut punch. DDR3 GT 700 series card for over $100. This is a terrible market, guys. I don't want to live in this world. It's so bad. Really, like, seriously, a desktop, like a motherboard replacement graphics for $100? Get out of here. All right, let's take some of our less valued cards, stuff that is not the best possible hash per dollar per watt value. Take it off of the listing right now. Stick with just a 3060, 3060 Ti, and then 3070. This ought to help us a little more. Go from best selling, and as in terms of like value shopping, I think for right now, oh, come on. The site is like literally breaking right now. Stop it. Low to high, and doesn't let me click. It's struggling so hard. Best Buy. It doesn't want to live in this world either, apparently. Okay, price low to high. We're looking at an entry level on 3060 Ti of $400. And man, at MSRP, that'd be a phenomenal deal for mining and everything else. Frankly, 3060 Ti is still kind of what I think is this market cycle's hero. Everything else is cool. It's fine. Really, it is. But for efficiency, it's pretty great. I thought it would be the 3060. 3060 Ti wound up being what I thought the 3060 would be. And first available card, Asus Tough Gaming 3060 V2. Nope. Selling out in front of our eyes. MSI 3060 Gaming X. Dang, man, 12 gigs. And then, yeah, the Tough Gaming 3060, sold out. Only got so many that are not sold out. I think, dang, that's bad. You guys got me FOMOing hard. I kind of want to do this, but I shouldn't. How can it be so wrong when it feels so right? Yeah, no, it's wrong. Shouldn't do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, I gotta get past the squirrel brain. You saw it. Best of luck to you. I hope that worked out in your favor, seeing that this was available now. Let's go back over to iancoleman.io, or we can use the BIP39 tool directly on GitHub. So I want to go through some of what we were discussing before. Being able to create. There we go. Just use the online version for now because we're not doing anything sensitive right now. But this is the Ian Coleman BIP39 tool, and because I'm using Dark Reader, it has dark mode. So just there's a little hack for you. But we can do our own address derivation using a tool like this. And then using command line tools, we can generate our own public-private key pairs, but generating a vanity key pair. There we go. Create vanity ETH address. All right. Hey, vanity ETH.tk. There's another one as well. And then there was a guide on how to do it by yourself, which I think is probably better. Prefix, suffix of your choice. Click generate to start. We're going to try their little front end tool. Prefix. Dead. Oh! And then... oh, so either a prefix or a suffix. Being able to do both might be a little more difficult. But take a look. JK, it's Seth. No! A to F only. That's right. Okay. $426.9. Alrighty. Okay, guys, we're making our own custom black hole address just because you guys are awesome and you asked. So 426.9, 426.9. We're going to do two duplicates of that. And let's go with a couple more threads. I think I've got the overhead to do that. Let's just double check my system monitor to make sure I don't completely destroy my current workstation status. Yeah. Alrighty. What do we got? Wow, it shouldn't have thought so hard about that. Ooh, I'm going to take that off screen for a moment, just in case it wants to reveal IP address, because sometimes these system monitors can be really dumb as far as OPSEC. This one's really slow. Not so much dumb, as much as slow. It's thinking. Got really high memory usage from Chrome, though, or from Brave. Thanks, Brave. You're the best. Alrighty, guys. Oh, yeah, live. We're going to go through this. At any rate, maybe we just keep it at 6 threads. I think that's probably a very, very safe bet. Go ahead and hit generate. And yeah, it's working through a bunch of addresses by using my own hash power here. We are making a black hole address live. Live. How does it feel to see your heroes murdered on this show? I'm starting to feel less bad about it, frankly. Guys, yeah. Yeah. F in the chat. for heroes that will not make it through, like for crypto heroes that will not make it through this bull cycle. Okay. See how many addresses per second just 6 threads on a modern multi-core processor can do? 2,600 addresses per second that are being tested right now for private public key pair collisions on the Ethereum network. Golden Wolf is getting denial of service over on bestbuy.com, but not the kind of denial of service that you think. Ouch. Yeah, no GPUs within 250 miles of his location. All right, guys, 0% probability. I'm going to be here a little while. It's just going to keep on grinding on this one address. Yeah, Zodrak says, ouch, that isn't much. That isn't many addresses you're doing. Hey, it's... Yeah, I'm not talking about IPC, man. Don't grief me over my workstation's ability to live try to create a brand new spoofed burn address while I'm live streaming from the same workstation. Come on. Computers are pretty amazing these days. I'm just going to say that, right? Like we put men, ostensibly, we put men on the moon with less technology than you have in a smartwatch right now. Just saying. It's workstation's got to where it counts. Guys, I don't want to bore you to tears. I'm going to let this run in the background while we continue to just take a look at some other tools. We got Ian Coleman's BIP39 tool. We could also go with, if this can generate, I don't think we're going to be able to generate in reverse because it requires a hash function, but generate in reverse from a private public key pair. We can't generate in reverse the seed phrase. We can't derive the seed phrase. We can go the other way around, right? So, yeah, Anonymous Miner says a smart or graphing calculator is faster than the computers that put man on the moon. Yeah, totally, right? Like, yeah, these, well, yeah, a lot of other FPGA devices as well, smart cards inside of your computer that are like co-processors or side processors, a lot of them. So I've generated about 500,000 addresses so far live, a little more than 500,000 addresses so far live. But guys, ETH or vanity.eth /eth-eths.tk. Good grief. Spit it out, Mr. MineYourBiz. Go ahead and put that into the live chat so you have that link for your own use if you're interested in taking a look at this tool for yourself. I don't think that I would trust this, right, for anything important, but I do think it's a funny tool. It's funny that it exists. Downloading it. Oh, hey, look at that. Actually, it has Starmie. This is a static page on GitHub. Should have recognized it. Kind of a sort of generic looking. I'm going to look over on GitHub here. So GitHub, bocub/vanityeth, and there it is, guys. So open source, auditable, can build it from source if you want to. It's probably safe. Probably. I mean, you know, do your own research. Be absolutely sure. But if I had to guess, this is probably safe. Wow, look at that. Just happened to have been most recently updated 6 months ago and has been around for 4 years. Initial commit 4 years ago. Wow. Boris, thank you. Bokub. That's really, really messed up, but it's not racist. Boris looks like he's doing some good work here. You like the way, like, that was my biggest concern. It's like, I'm going to make fun of this guy, like this guy's name, which is like the most petty thing ever. But it's not racist, though. Don't cancel me. It's so messed up. Zotrak says, just try like 4 letters. Try something very simple. Yeah, no, totally. I know I could grind on this for a while and probably not get anything. So I am just going to go ahead and stop. Let's do, yeah, I'm trying to be way too specific there. Yeah, I can't do anything past F. Thief. Just dead. Okay. Just dead and a couple of zeros. Because most people will not look past that. Let's see. Even 8 characters might be a lot. What do you guys think? Alrighty. Go ahead and generate with 6 threads here. We're still grinding at a pretty, there we go. We got a 50% probability now that there may be 47 billion addresses. But yeah, I know 8 characters is a lot. Even 4 is actually a lot. I could probably just start with dead for us to make our fake black hole address here, guys. There we go. And yeah, we increased our probability by a significant margin there. See, we had a 0% probability before, got, a 2% probability and growing. We're actually getting through it quite a bit, but we're making our own personal black hole address. Ooh, how much hash power would you have to have? What kind of a cluster would you need to have in order to create a completely bespoke black hole address like the one that we saw there? Any guesses? Man, I kind of want to spin up something on Vultr, like some massive, beefy, over-provisioned VPS, and I want to use that for this. Because if I had access to, like, you know, whatever, a couple thousand cores, I could do it easy, right? Right? It only cost me like $500-ish or so, right? To be able to make a custom address in a lot less time. Because right now, take a look. With just those 4 letters, just the 4 letters. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Zotrack says exponentially increases with each letter. Yes, that tracks. So right now, at my current guess rate, right, of over 2,500 addresses per second, I am now increasing the probability of being able to find that one in real time. See, like we could actually finish this live stream and have successfully got this, I think. Oh, and I'm boring the audience to tears, guys. I'm going to let that happen. The bottom line is there are tools to let you do this. I just linked to it, and it's got a link to its GitHub repo. You can take a look at this for yourself. Let me go back into our portfolios, though. The junk drawer, we got Dojil on Mars. I think what I'm going to do is call this a day, and then right after I'm done with the live stream, I will go ahead and immediately add all the rest of these entries so that we've got a proper portfolio for tomorrow, guys. Key talking points, just as a reminder, we went over Shiba Inu and the fundamentals. I expressed doubt that the black hole address that they are burning to is definitely a black hole address. And we see some evidence now towards the end of the live stream that it's unlikely, but it's possible that somebody did generate that address and that they generated a public and private key pair for a rainy day, that it's not necessarily actually a black hole. And I realize it sounds far-fetched, but this is a space full of desperate people. If it realistically only cost you $5,000 to generate something like on a VPS, if you went to AWS or Google Cloud or Microsoft Cloud, and it only cost you $5,000 to rent a massive supercompute cluster of many, many hundreds or thousands of CPU cores, to even just to be able to use a simple tool like the one we just saw, let alone something like Hashcat that you could run on a GPU cluster for these types of operations. If it only cost you $5,000 to generate that one address, well, how many burned tokens did that address get? It's in the millions, right? It's in the tens of millions. So it's not too far-fetched a conspiracy theory, I don't think. But we covered that. I expressed some doubt there on Shiba Inu. Pre-search is now searching NFTs, which I think is great. We saw our profitability and DeFi Llama, some of the stacked rankings change. And of course, we looked over our portfolio, which needs to be updated, and it will be updated by tomorrow's live stream. Guys, thanks for being supportive of the live stream, for sharing this, for being subscribed, guys, especially if you're lurking. Make that button explode. It helps our ranking on YouTube, and we are in a growth pattern. Thank you for growing with me. Thanks for trusting me to come along with me on this journey. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Remember to stay private. Mind your biz. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Be sure to check out MineYour.biz, where you can sign up for our email newsletter, where we're still ramping up content, but you will occasionally receive specials for flash sales and all kinds of other deals that we have going on the site. You can also check out our services page where we offer consulting to projects that need it. You can pick up the Freedom Phone, which respects your privacy. You can pay for it in crypto and have it shipped to you anonymously, as well as getting merchandise that also is paid for with crypto. That's right, we practice what we preach, including, well, a Flux swag page. That's right. It's a dedicated page just for the team over at Flux Network, because we love them that much. Thanks for watching to the end. Thanks for being subscribed. You know I love your face. Be sure to stay private and mind your biz.